All right, so we're diving into some pretty interesting stuff today.
Mm.
You gave us this data set with top Google searches about St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And we're going to kind of dig into like what these searches tell us, not just about the holiday itself, but
Mhm.
like how people are engaging with it online. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. It's like we get to see uh, almost like a fingerprint of what people are interested in around this holiday
Right.
and what's kind of trending.
Exactly. Yeah. And, the first thing that jumps out is just how many different ways people are searching for St. Patrick's Day itself, right?
Oh, yeah.
We see St. Patrick's Day without the apostrophe, St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
spelled out, the full thing, St. Patty's. Like,
Right.
you'd think for a holiday this big, everybody would know how to spell it right.
You would think, right. But it is interesting to see just how much variation there is. And I think it speaks to how people approach online search.
Yeah.
It's not about perfect grammar or spelling. It's just about getting to the information you want as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. And, and it kind of leads us to the next big thing that we see in the data, which is parades, right?
Right, yeah.
And specifically, the Boston St. Patrick's Day parade. That seems to be like a huge point of interest. Tons of searches for, Boston St. Patrick's Day parade, St. Patrick's Day parade, Boston. And then it gets even more specific, like St. Patrick's Day parade, Boston 2025.
Wow. Yeah, that is very specific.
So clearly,
People are planning ahead.
they're planning ahead, and it's clearly more than just a parade to people, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Boston Parade is particularly significant. It has this long history. And for a lot of Irish Americans especially, it's like a really important cultural event.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, too, is it like a desire to connect with that heritage, or is it maybe people just want to get back to these big in-person events after, years of not being able to?
Oh, yeah, after the pandemic and everything.
Exactly.
Being stuck at home, I think there's something about, being part of a big crowd, experiencing that energy together.
That shared experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think there's probably a bit of both at play here, the desire for connections, celebrating your heritage, and then also just that excitement of a big event.
Totally. And speaking of connecting, it's not just Boston that people are searching for, right? We see a lot of St. Patrick's Day parade near me searches.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So clearly people want to celebrate locally, too.
Absolutely. This is where the really local aspect of search comes in, and people want to know what's happening right in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like what's convenient, especially for a holiday that often involves, you know, uh, festive beverages.
Right. And it's funny to think about like how much that near me search
Mm.
has changed the way we experience things, right?
Totally.
Imagine trying to find a St. Patrick's Day parade 20 years ago. You'd be like flipping through the newspaper or something.
Oh, yeah, calling up event hotlines, trying to figure out
Exactly. And now it's just like
right there on your phone.
right there. So we've gone from these like broad searches for St. Patrick's Day to like really specific searches for local events.
It's like you're zooming in on a map, from that big picture to like street level.
Exactly. And it's interesting because it's not just what people are interested in, but like how they're thinking about the holiday. It's like a mix of tradition and local pride and like, wanting to celebrate in a way that fits into your life.
Yeah, exactly. It's fascinating how much information we can glean from something as simple as a search query.
Right. And I think that's a great takeaway for our listeners too. Like it makes you think, how much does our online behavior actually shape our offline experiences?
Oh, that's a great point to ponder. Yeah, I mean, think about it. When you're searching for something online, is it just like a passing curiosity? Or does it actually lead you to go out and do something?
Yeah. Does it make you take action?
Explore, celebrate, actually go out and engage with the world.
Exactly. Yeah. So much to think about. And happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.